So if you come to election, if the election held in December, I think it's almost impossible for the students or the protesters to practically form a party and find good candidates and promote the candidates and make some candidates return candidate and allocate them in the parliament. It's almost impossible to do it within short time. So in that case, there is the issue whether the election will be held on time or not. And then the issue come up whether they will allow Army League and Jatiya Party and Jashad. There could be two scenarios. They disallow them altogether. Another situation, they allow them, but the situation will be like that. This party will not be able to contest. There will be bloodsheds. Either way, it will be dangerous for Dr. Yunus because if they doesn't allow any of the party, so the election will be defective from the very beginning. It will be one-sided election. If they allow, but didn't allow them for free fair election, if they don't allow to do campaign, if they don't allow to furnish the nomination, that will be recorded misconduct, election misconduct, illegality and corrupt practice. And the blame will be for the government, this government, if this government sustain or hold until the election. Can a Nobel laureate take so much burden? The election in this country shows there is always risk of violence, risk of death, risk of humiliation, risk of rubber stamp government, risk of election corrupt practice, rigging. So these all things happen in this country. And with a weak government like this, it is difficult for this government to control 30,000 centers with almost 3,000 plus candidates. Each candidate needs security, protection for fair election. It's almost impossible for this government to ensure security for voters, candidates, and everybody. So that's why we need full army support to hold the election. That's why we need full police support to hold the election. And if the election is inclusive, if all party participate, if the election is competitive, it automatically created an ecosystem for security. It automatically created an ecosystem for fairness and reflective election. So the only solution for the upcoming crisis or the continuous crisis is a free, fair, inclusive election. That's all.
So what you essentially meant is that you said that it is impossible for the Yunus administration to ensure security of the candidates. So which means that you are saying that the election must not be held under them. Is it so?
There is, yeah, as you said, there is a caretaker government verdict pending and coming anytime. And since this government failed to run the country during interim time before election, it is almost axiomatic they will not be able to run the country with safety security during the election time when it is more vulnerable, when it will be more volatile, it will be more conflicting, it will be more dangerous. So that administration is a different administration. And I get the impression that this government can't hold election peacefully, and we need a expansion of the advisory board, or maybe all party government, maybe the more army deployment, more maybe army backed a national government, something like that, or caretaker government. So the format has to be changed, in my opinion.